Hey guys, QR codes just seem to be everywhere now. They're on menus, they're on billboards, they're on signs, they're on business cards. And they're a great way for people to easily scan the code, go to where you want them to go, whether that's a landing page, a website, even a business review on Google. One of the things we're seeing though is that with companies who are using QR codes, they're not necessarily tracking them. So let's take a look at how you can get more information from their QR codes, and it's actually pretty easy. So let's take a look. All right, so we're going to focus on Google Analytics because, everybody has Google. So one of the things that you need to do when you're building your QR code is to add a tracking code to it. So it's called a UTM in Google Analytics. And it is a bunch of parameters that you can add to your URL string that will then tell you the campaign and all that kind of stuff in Google. So let's take a look at this. This is Google's free little campaign builder. You can also do this manually, or you can do it in spreadsheets. We have clients that we've set up spreadsheets for them when they have lots of different campaigns, maybe email campaigns, that kind of stuff. And that way they're using consistent campaign names and mediums and all that kind of stuff so that the reporting is easier to understand. So this is very simple. So we're going to take a look at, we're just going to type in our website. Okay. And ideally this would be like whatever landing page you're sending somebody to. It could just be your regular site. So campaign ID is not necessary, but you can add that. Campaign source. So this is usually like Google newsletter, email, something like that. We're going to say QR code. And since this is not paid search or a banner or anything like that, it's going to be in print, right? So it's either going to be a billboard or sign or something. Again, these are all for however you want to list these. It's all in your reporting. So just as long as you're using it consistently. So, and then the campaign name, this could be, for instance, the print piece that it's on, right? So this could be, or billboard. So in this case, let's say this is theoretically for a billboard that's on I-95. And so hey, are people actually scanning that sign or scanning that billboard or scanning whatever, and are they coming to our site? We don't need the terms and that kind of stuff. And so what this does is it creates a handy dandy URL for you with the UTM source code in it. So the different parameters that will go into Google. So you just need to copy that. And there are a number of free QR code generators out there. We're going to show you a couple, but we're not endorsing any of these. It's just easy, free ones to use. You can also use ChatGPT will create it. And there's ways in Google Sheets to actually create it as well. Although that's a bit buggy for us. We've tried it and the images don't populate correctly in Sheets. So let us know if you've had a better time with that. But we'll take a look at this. This is Bitly. This is pretty well known for their URL shortening links that they do. So you just sign up for a quick account. This is the free version. And when you come to the site, you just choose that you're going to create a QR code, and we're going to paste in that code that we did in the URL generator. Okay. And there it is. So we have this. Now there are other features in the paid version of Bitly that you can choose the style and all that kind of stuff. So you can download a PNG, an SVG. So SVG is vector based. So that means that you can use it for bigger things like billboards and sites. And it's not going to get all pixelated. But for most people, a PNG is probably going to be fine for, business cards or things like that. But an SVG is good for print products. So you can choose to customize this. You can see some of these customization options are locked for paying customers. And then you can get fancy with the colors or whatever that you want to do. And so you can also add various other things when you upgrade, like custom text and logos and that kind of stuff. So that's how you do it in Bitly. Very similar with Adobe. They also have a free QR code generator for their Adobe Express. And it's very similar. You type in or enter your URL. You can choose your style. And whether you want something rounded or whatever looks good for you. You can also, again, change the colors, and you can choose the file format. So very similar to Bitly, and then you can download that file. And now you can use that in your print pieces. So what happens with that analytics code? So let's take a look at Google's default analytics account. And what you can do is when you go into reports and go into acquisition, traffic acquisition, and we don't have data in this from a QR code, but we're going to show you where you would find it. So once the data has been reporting, your QR code's out in the wild, it's going to take 24 to 48 hours before you start seeing any data around it. So you want to go to your traffic acquisition. This is by default, will break down the default channel groupings, which is not helpful for you in this effort. But what you can do is look at campaigns. So if we go back to that builder, we know that we called this campaign Billboard I-95. And so in this, if the data was coming through in this, you would look for that campaign name here, and it's going to tell you how many users have visited, all of that kind of stuff. And it will also tell you if they're purchasing or doing some other key event or conversion on the site, like signing up for something or downloading, or whatever it is you want them to do on your site. So now, not only do you have just data about the clicks and stuff that people have scanned in the code, but you actually have information about what they're doing on the site. Are they actually converting? So is that sign, or is that billboard, or is that print piece that you sent out doing any good for you? Is it actually generating sales? You can also look in here by the source or medium. So if we look at medium, again, if we go back to the builder, the medium was print. And so in here in this report, what you would look for is print to see if that came through here. So you can either do it a number of ways. You can also look for both. So you can look at traffic source and the campaign. So they have medium and campaign names. So you can see, for instance, it would be print and then the name of the campaign. So pretty simple to do. It's something a lot of people forget about or don't think about, because a lot of times they're having, for instance, a designer just produce their QR code for them. This is something that you can easily do yourself, and make sure that you're getting the data around how those pieces are working. So, is that brochure actually getting any attention? So hope this was helpful. Let me know if you're using QR codes differently, or if you've been doing tracking and what you're finding. Are people really using QR codes? And if so, are they becoming customers? So we'd love to hear that. And if you have other tips about free QR code generators or other ways to track them, we'd love to hear it. We're going to put links to these different things like the campaign builder and stuff in the description. So take a look at that. As always, if you need help with your tracking, analytics, or marketing of anything, just let us know. Apotheca Marketing can help you, and we would love to help you. You can sign up on our site for a free 30-minute consultation where you can talk with me directly, and we can talk about your needs. So please do that. Love to hear from you. Also, leave comments. We'd love to answer questions that you guys might have. So, if you have a question or comments about QR codes or any other marketing issues, just let us know, and we'll talk to you soon, guys. Thanks. Bye-bye.